What's up, everyone? Wesley from Wesley Street Shots, out here with my lovely wife today. I already alluded to what I was taking to Portugal on a previous video, but that's really not a certainty until today. Following up from my video about avoiding burnout, like Gerald Dunn, I want to shoot today, not for the spec sheet, but for the feeling. I'm testing the kit today to see how it feels to shoot. If this combo can survive a full day of running a gun in here in Phoenix in the heat, maybe, just maybe, it'll earn a place on the airplane seat. So with that, let me take a seat over here, kind of show you what's in the bag, and we will go from there. I'm actually not gonna take a seat. This is gross. This is gross. But let's just show you what's in the bag. All right, guys, as you would probably guess, I've got my Bellroy Venture 10-liter here, and I have it filled, and I'll show you what's in it and get this further down. I got my Canon R6 III with the 14 to 35 mounted on it. I got the 50 right here. I got my DJ spot for the Osmo Pocket. I got extra batteries and mics. So this bag continues to be the bag that I take with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Canon out, get the 14 to 35 out. We're gonna get to shooting, and we're gonna see how this thing feels to shoot with. I don't care about the specs. I want to see how it feels to shoot with and the results at the end of the day. So let's get it. All right, so why test a new kit? Let's talk about that. You see, in 2022, we went to Portugal. It was our first trip together out of the country, actually. We went there for about 7 days. I took a Sony a7 IV, the 40mm f2.5 G lens, and that is it. Never been there, didn't know what to expect. I was still early in my photography journey, trying to figure things out with the digital camera system. So took that setup, and I definitely missed a lot of opportunities for shots due to the fact that, the streets are narrow. This place is old. It's been around for a long time. And it really, I understood that after that trip. So in planning for this trip, I really didn't have a wide angle lens. I really didn't have much of one except for the 16mm that I had on the XE5, 24mm full frame equivalent. But as you know, I sold that and moved over to the X100VI, which is still coming with us when we go, because I still want the X100VI for those days that I want like an invisible bag. I don't want to carry this honking setup. I don't want to carry this lens all day. I want something I can just put in my pocket, easy peasy, no big deal. So the X100VI is coming. I'm actually moving away from my 1-bag setup to a 2-bag setup for this trip, mainly because I've already kind of scouted this place and I know what I want to bring. So right now we're actually at this church. And the reason I'm here at this Catholic church here in Phoenix, it's a beautiful church, by the way. I'm trying to test out this wide angle. I want to know how close can I get at 14mm to this church to kind of simulate the smaller streets of Portugal and the tall structures. So let's check it out. I'm gonna set this bad boy to 14mm. Looks like it's hard to do with one hand. Hey baby, would you set that to 14mm? Let's rotate it right here. Rotate this to 14. There we go. It's not very far. All right, let us get close. I am about, I'd say, about 20 feet away from the church, standing at it, and this is all I can see. I'll move it up here. Let's see what I can see with this bad boy at 14. Okay, I can get it, but at vertical, but I still need to step back. Let me not die. Okay, let's see. With this wide angle though, oh yeah, with this wide angle, I can easily get up in about the middle of the street. Does that mean I'm actually gonna be able to get it when the time comes? We'll see. Saw a shot, so I wanted to take it. We'll see. 14mm is wide, but to be honest with you, I might need wider in Portugal. Like I said, I don't know that I would want to go wider. Anything wider than 14mm is a fisheye. It starts to look warpy and like a big sphere, So we shall see. But yeah, 14 millimeters is might be enough. So I'm actually really grateful that I got this lens, because the other ones went to 15 millimeters and some even, I think even 16. No, I needed the 14, so good to go. And it goes all the way to 35, which is really good, because 35 is pretty much what I like to shoot at. I like to shoot at 40, so it's close enough. All right, guys, after just the first couple shots with this guy, so far, I'm pleased with what the results look like. I really do often avoid wide-angle lenses, but to be honest with you, I really do need one for the next Velo Noir music video that I'm filming, and this is a perfect opportunity to test it out and get it really dial it in before I actually have to film that video. So this is probably gonna be in my bag for a long time because of that, because of the video features and the video capabilities with this ultrasonic focusing motor. I find out, over the STM motors, the stepper motors, those tend to be a little slower. I did see a little bit of that when I was out with it, filming the last music video. So this guy is gonna be a lifesaver. So that's it, stop rambling. I'm gonna go get some shots with this guy. I really wanna put it through its paces before I switch to the 50 millimeter, which is my tried and true, one of my best focal lengths, favorite focal lengths, I should say. And we'll go from there. Guys, you can thank that lady for this one. That one right there. It's her idea, not my idea. All right, we are in an alleyway in Phoenix. This is kind of like about the size of a Portuguese street. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to shoot some of these cool murals at 14 millimeters with the R6 III. And my favorite mural just happens to be this guy right here. And from, I don't know, 4 feet away, completely in frame. And that is awesome. So how much can we get in frame? Let's find out. See that right there? Completely in frame. So I'm gonna back all the way up to as far as I can go. So now we're about 25 feet away, 14 millimeters, that's what I can get. Let me go all the way as close as I can go until I can get him in the shot. It's about right here, and I am 4 feet away. I am that close to it. All right, so just kind of give you an example. This is what 14 millimeters can do for you. Now, if I only took the Fuji with me, I'd be stuck to 35 millimeters. Now, 35 millimeters, I can't even get the guy in the shot. So if I don't have a lot of space and there's people in the way, and I didn't bring this and I just brought the Fuji, I'd have to back up probably 10 feet. Yeah, probably have to back up around 10 feet just to get that. So just an example of why a wide angle lens, especially in the streets of Europe, could be beneficial. All right, now let me put all this crap away and start shooting some photos for once. No more advice from you. I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. She can give me all the advice she wants. All right, let's get going. All right, guys, it has been a few hours. I've had the 14 to 35 f4 L lens on there for the last 2 hours, running it through its paces. You know, it's an f4 lens. It's not going to be the the narrowest depth of field, but it's still an L glass lens. It still has that ultrasonic motor, fast autofocus. I've seen very good results out of it. But now it's time for part 2. And that is the 50 millimeter f1.4 UCM ultrasonic motor as well. It also has this additional nano something floating focus and watch-a-majigger. All that means basically is that it's going to be even faster autofocus, which really doesn't matter for street photography, to be honest with you, but I'm just saying it is. So now we're going to head over. We're going to head down to a different part of Phoenix. It's a little broader streets. 50 millimeters should shine there, and we'll go from there. Let me get around. Let me get away from these people. I'm gonna get run over. Oh my God. He's trying to run me over. Ah! Did want to add, you know, the 14 to 35 is not really gonna shine here in Phoenix. The streets are wide. There's really not the narrow cobblestone streets you're gonna see that you're gonna see in Portugal. But I tried to simulate some stuff by getting super close to, you know, some tall buildings and seeing what I can shoot, and also going in this alleyway, which is exactly, well, not exactly, I can't say exactly. It's about the same size as a typical Portuguese street from what I remember. And yeah, the 14 to 35, it performed great. I played back some of the images, it looked pretty good. We'll see when we get in the studio what it really looks like. But for now, let's run this bad boy through its paces. I've been meaning to do a little review on the 50. I've only shot video on it, so it's time to get some photos. See ya. What's up, everybody? Wesley here, Wesley Street Shots, and I'm back in the studio. I just got finished editing all the photos from the 14 to 35 and the 51.4 outing yesterday, testing this kit to see if, once again, I'm taking it to Portugal. So, yeah, this will be short, the studio portion, because, you know, I was out yesterday with it and giving you my real-time thoughts. Thoughts on the 14 to 35 f4 LISUSM. Fantastic. Like we knew it would. Like it's filming me right now. I love this. This is gonna be my new filming lens. It's gonna be my new lens for a lot of my wide angle stuff. I'm happy with it. So right now with the Canon R6 III, I have the 14 to 35 f4. I have the 50mm f1.4 L, bunch of letters, and then I also have the 28 to 70 non-L line, but weather sealed zoom lens, constant f2.8 aperture. Those are my three lenses that I have. I think I'm covering from 14mm all the way to 70 with a nice L line prime in the middle. I think it's a great trio of lenses, and those are the things I'm hoping. Those are the lenses I'm hoping to stick with for quite a while. Because I have my Fuji X100VI for pretty much everything not professional. And that's alluding to something, so let's get into that. Thoughts? Camera performed well. Autofocus was fantastic. There was some fringing. Definitely saw some fringing. I was in the high sun. I wanted to see if it would fringe. These L lines lenses do fringe a little bit. Was able to get rid of it, no problem, but it does happen. I wanted to talk through that. I love the 14mm wide angle. I was able to get shots that I could not get otherwise. I did love that. I do love the option of having a wider angle when you're in the narrow streets of somewhere like Portugal or when I was in Spain. That being said, after carrying these two lenses with this, you know, professional robust body, I was reminded of how much I hated carrying this kit in Japan. So there's two things I'm thinking right now. And the first thing is, just leave it at home. I'll be honest with you, just leave it at home. It's a lot of weight. It's a big bag. I hated it in Japan. I took something similar like this to Singapore when I went, and I loved it. I thought it was great, to be honest with you. Like I loved the freedom. And I'm going to be out and about, you know, 12 hours a day running around in Portugal. Do I really, really, really need this kit with me to get that one or two shots that at that wide angle that 35mm full frame equivalent on the Fuji X100VI can't get? And I don't know, guys. I'm waiting. I still haven't left yet. This is coming out. Let me make sure this is coming out in time. This is coming out right before I leave. Ooh, let's see. Yeah. But let me know in the comments what you think. Should I take this kit or should I just stick to the X100VI? Remember how much I hated lugging the Z6 III around in Japan and go from there. You know, I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah. You know, I'm thinking back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I know it's a lot of weight, but it's gonna get the shot, and it's gonna get it every time. It's gonna be a wide angle, something I don't have here. But keep remembering the heft and the fact that I didn't want to even take the kit out the last few days when I was in Japan, and my shots suffered as a result. So I got two options. First option is take the R6 III kit, like I did in Japan, and get the absolute best, I could get with the opportunities with the gear I have, or take the X106 and this right here, the Pocket 3 kit, and that's it. Just like I did when I went to Singapore. Or one more, I guess the third option, just take them both. Now I know they both will fit in my bag, but then I'm adding a bunch of extra weight for probably no reason. But at the end of the day, if I take both and I never take the Canon R6 III out, or I only take it out once or twice, at least I'll know for sure that I should just stick to the X106 going forward. That being said, the tests were phenomenal. The R6 III is still my favorite pro grade camera that I've ever owned to date, including owning the A7R5, A7R2, Z6 III, ZR, ZF, XT5, XH2S, Leica Q3. Yeah, you get the point. This is still my favorite camera, and if I'm doing real work where I need to get the shot and I'm getting paid, or I'm doing a music video, or I'm doing something that's gonna go and I'm gonna get paid for it, and my work has to stand, it's always gonna be this R6 III. But I've sold prints on an APS-C sensor, and if I'm just doing photography and photography alone, I don't think I need the R6 III, to be honest with you guys. I think the X106 is just fine, and it has a built-in ND filter. I can shoot video on it if I need to, but I got the Pocket 3 for that. All right, guys, let me know in the comments. Would you take both kits? Would you take one or the other? Let me know. And yeah. All right, guys, that's it for this one. I appreciate you joining me. I'm still not sure which kit I'm going to take. I think I'm leaning towards just taking these two right here, but let me know in the comments what you think. Stay tuned for next week. I am finally reviewing the first lens I bought for this R6 III and the 28-70 f2.8 IS STM, because it's got a stepper motor in it. They like to put all these different letters at the end, but I'm going to be reviewing that next week while I'm in Portugal. That video will be coming out, and then can't wait to get back and share some thoughts and my experiences in Portugal. So excited to go back, but until then, I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.